maaari pong lumapit lang kay Maricel upang muna po tayo ng isang magandang larawan o kasama sa pagdiriwang niya. Maraming salamat po.
At sa bansang kanyang sinasalisa na may angan, katarungan at...
And thanks to our God for being so good to us, despite all the challenges that we face. So right now, in tradition of our Catholic faith, and even if we're not Catholic, we gather here as believers. So let's begin in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Lord God, you are a good and gracious Lord, and we thank you so much for the blessing of this day and for this gathering that you've placed for us this evening. And despite all this joy and the celebration, we call to mind the challenges that we have faced and something that has hit close to us recently. We remember the victims in the Uvalde shooting in Texas, for the loss of the children, for the families, for all those affected. We take a moment of silence to remember them. We take a moment to pray for them as we join with them in this sadness, in this loss. Let's take a moment now just to give honor and to pray and to remember. Lord God, you're good and gracious, even in the midst of darkness, even in sadness, you are there.
Now let's call on the Vice President for Internal Affairs, Mr. King Navarro, for the welcome remarks.
Magandang hapon o gabi sa inyo lahat, mga minamahal kong kababayan. Maraming salamat po sa pagdalo ninyo ngayong gabi dito sa pagdiriwang natin ng araw ng ating kasarilan. Gaya po na sinabi ni Bong, po si King Navarro from the United Nations Office at Vienna. At natutuwa po kami ngayon on behalf of our club, the VIC Club Filipino, na nandito kayong lahat, that you have taken the time to be with us this evening to celebrate with us our Independence Day. And we would like to thank our guest, our Charge d'Affaires, Madam, Her Excellency, Madam Irene Susan. Filipino State? Oh, Constantino, sorry. And Jane and
Birthday with him, December 8th. Okay, he was born here in the Upper Austria. Marital status, I would like to mention it, single. Sir? He finished his primary school here in the Upper Austria, then and he went to France. He was a director for France and North America, and in Stockholm, Sweden, he was Director General for Scandinavia, Finland, Iceland, and the Baltic states. Since 2012, he is a self-employed management consultant specializing in international relations, cultural management, and specialist journalist and publicist. Current functions: UNCAV, United Nations Correspondents Association in Vienna, he is a Secretary General. EPA, European Police Association, Director for International Affairs, Press and PR. He is the President of Austrian Icelandic Society, Board of Director of the Austrian Swedish Society, and Vice President of Association Austria Nordic countries. Ladies and gentlemen, my pride to present to you Herr Hermann Croyha.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear Filipino friends, the most beautiful events are those where there are blazing occasions for celebrations, and we have several of these today. I am pleased and thankful for the honor bestowed upon me to address a few words as an Austrian to my Filipino friends. The Philippines are celebrating the 124th anniversary of its independence this year. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to you, Excellency Mrs. Natividad, and to all Filipinos in Austria. Throughout its history, the Philippines has always been a sovereign state, a reliable partner, and a country of peace. Last year, we celebrated the relations between Philippines and Austria. However, the historical of a diplomat is very versatile. It requires a high degree of competence and professionalism, experience and perspective. You will find a large Filipino community here in Austria, whose boards will certainly provide.
Vienna University of Economics and Business Administration.
One of these associations is the Big Club Filipino. We have known each other for deep personal friendship. I'm not the only one who has been very impressed by your strong commitment to your country, your dedication, your compatriots, and your stand for values such as tolerance, humanity, and openness to the world. You can convey enthusiasm, and you have always shared the joy and success with others in your humble way. That you have been appointed to leadership positions. Any problems with the local population or other religious is their top priority. Confrontation is not their thing, and their hospitality is, because also make it important context. At the end of the high school, with the final exam,
Her career as a public relations assistant back in 1984. And I would like to read all this. This is my first time reading your background, that's why. So, okay. A copy editor of the Textbook Division, Instructional Materials Corporation in 1986 to 1991. Assistant lawyer, Anastasia Law Office in 1992. She started her career, the Foreign Service Officer on Cadetship, Department of Foreign Affairs in 1993. Acting Director, Prosecution Investigation Division of Office of Legal Affairs, Department of Foreign Affairs from January 1994 to December 1995. Special Assistant, Office of the Undersecretary for Administration, Department of Foreign Affairs, from 1995 to August 1996. Third Secretary, Second Secretary, Philippine Embassy in Ottawa. And she has been a Director of the Treaties Division, Office of the Legal Affairs, Department of Foreign Affairs, August 2000 to July 2005. She's been a Consul, Philippine Consulate General in Honolulu. She's been the Project Director of the APEC Secretariat on Secondment in Singapore. Executive Director, Assistant Secretary, Office of the Legal Affairs, Department of Foreign Affairs. Deputy Permanent Representative, Philippine Mission to the United Nations in New York from February 2014 to February 2018. Consul General, Philippine Consulate General in Milan, Italy, from March 2018 to October 2019. Chief of Staff of the Secretary, Teodoro L. Locsin Jr., Chief Coordinator, Office of the Secretary, Department of Foreign Affairs from October 2019 to March 2022. Now, she is the Chargé d'Affaires, Acting Permanent Representative to the Philippine Embassy and permanent mission here in Vienna. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome her, Her Excellency Irene Susan Barriero Natividad.
Ako po ay nagagalak na maimbitahan ninyo sa inyong pagpupulong ngayong hapon na to. 3-in-1, nung nakita ko, sabi ko, 3-in-1, ano kaya ako doon? Kape, yung asukal, o yung gatas? Yung pala yun yung event ninyo. You're celebrating this parang to meet me. Yun yung 1. Yung 2 is to celebrate Philippine Independence Day. And the third one, of course, is to induct your new set of officers. So I'm very happy to be here to join you for this 3-in-1 event. When I first came to Vienna, I had intended to gather all of you working here in the various international organizations in Vienna. I had wanted to meet you, find out what each one of you does here, how you have found Vienna and the work in the organizations here in the UN. So I am very thankful na hindi na ako ang nagpunta sa inyo, kung hindi ako na ang pinapunta nyo para ma-meet kayo dito. So maraming salamat ulit sa pagkakataong ito. Allow me also to thank this VIC Club Filipino for all the good work you have done in the past years. I've heard you have undertaken several projects in the past. You're the good friend of the community, Mr. Kreuher, has also said very good words about the Filipinos here. It's good to know that we've all behaved. They've all behaved. They have not gotten themselves into any kind of trouble, but that's okay if they do the embassies here as well to assist and help them. But it's good to know that the community here is well loved, well respected, and we've contributed. I'm sure we've contributed a lot to the community as well as to Austria. So to VIC Club Filipino, I thank you again for championing the Philippines in the United Nations office here in Vienna. And I also want to extend my appreciation to the outgoing set of VIC Club Filipino on your new responsibilities as officers of the Executive Board of VIC Club Filipino. I am sure you will continue to carry on the commendable programs and projects that have been taken on or undertaken by your predecessors. As we celebrate the 124th anniversary of our independence on Sunday, I would like to encourage all of you to continue your active efforts in nation building and promoting a positive image of the Philippines and the Filipinos here in the UN and in Austria. Together, let us raise the profile of the country by promoting and sharing our rich culture and traditions to our friends here in Austria. Mabuhay po ang VIC Club Filipino, mabuhay po tayong lahat. At maraming pong salamat.
Thank you very much. Once again, the talents coming from the executive board. Yeah. Are you ready? Ready? Okay. Let me just say something about the dance. Pandango sa Ilaw, the dance of lights. A waltz-style folk dance originating from Mindoro that simulates fireflies at dusk. And wasiwas, meaning to swing, originating from the fishing town of Lingayen, Pangasinan, where fishermen celebrate by drinking, dancing, and swinging the lighted lumps wrapped in a net or kerchief to celebrate a good catch. Ladies and gentlemen, with Glenn Figuracion and Tessie Bites Power, Pandango sa Ilaw.
And
This is a pride of our medical world.
Bahala na si Batman sa aming performance. Pride ng Executive Board ng VIC Club Filipino. Akala namin kasi we are just good sa office works, scientific problem solving, or sa mga professionals. But now, itry namin kumanta. Baka daw mabigyan ng chance sa showbiz. Joke lang. Okay, calling all the VIC Club Filipino Executive Board. Kumbaga, ang kakantahin namin Tagalog na Tagalog. Kumbaga, tatak Pilipino, isang lahi.
Diyan po nagtatapos.
Tapos na po yung performance.
Thank you very much.
Ay laging mabulong dito sa mundo na walang makakarating ko. May ibig luha ang kulay, kaya ay kailan pa'y makulay. Isa lang ang ating lahi, isa lang ang ating ibig. Bakit di pagmamahal ang ilalay mo? Pag-unawang tunay at siyang nais ko, ang pagdamay sa kapwa nandyan sa palad mo. Pagkatapos ng piling ay may iwanan, araw ay agad nasisilat, ilawan ang ating landas na maray sa bawat nating pagkalas. Tulad mo walang tanaw ang buhay, mundo ay pagkaroon ng saya, gawing makulay. Isa lang ang ating lahi, isa lang ang ating ibig. Bakit di pagmamahal ang ialay mo? Pag-unawang tunay at siyang nais mo, ang pagdamay sa kapwa nandyan sa palad mo. Susunod mo ang tanaw ang buhay, mundo ay ulan mo ng saya, gawing makulay. Isa lang ang ating lahi, isa lang ang ating ibig. Bakit di pagmamahal ang ilalay mo? Pag-unawang tunay at siyang nais mo, ang pagdamay sa kapwa nandyan sa palad mo.
Salamat. So, iisang lang, really honest. We decided to have our 3-in-1 event like 10 days ago. We had our first meeting as the newly elected Executive Board of the Vienna International Center Club Filipino on the 23rd of May. On the 1st of June, we had an official meeting with all, including the designated representatives. At that time, we said, kaya natin ito. Marami tayong kaibigan na kahit kumanta tayo ng sintonado, papalakpakan tayo, di ba? So, ang bigas, andito kami, andito kayo. Kung medyo babawi kami ng konti, yun kasalanan nyo ni Jane. Kasi talagang gustong-gusto niya ng lyrics na kinanta namin. Lahat naman kami kailangan nating maisip ulit, iisa tayong live, iisa Pilipino. May isa pa kami gustong i-share sa inyong kanta. Pero what I would really ask you, it's a very familiar song. Ipo-project ni Kim ang lyrics. Ito ay kakanta natin ngayon, hindi ng karaoke, kundi ng gitara. Napilit ko ang aking butihing asawa na kahit walang practice, pagani tayo, kaya natin to. Okay, so the song is entitled
Of lending us a hand when needed. So please, everyone, please join us when we sing this. Father, here, heal our land.
Humble themselves and pray and wait. I will hear
you. Lord, heal our land. Hear us, O Lord, and heal our land. Forgive our sins and heal our broken
Maraming salamat. Okay, maraming salamat at sa ngayon. And now we are going to introduce to you our new sets of officers, the VIC Club Filipino. I would like to start. Miss Maricel, where are you? Our newly elected set of officers, Miss Baby Jane Punong Bayan from CTBTO. Treasurer, Miss Rebby Brasilia. Assistant Treasurer, Evelyn Lisner, a retiree. Sorry for Evelyn, she won't be able to come. And also for our auditor, Miss Mary Ann Sevilla from IAEA. Our assistant auditor, Mr. Glenn Figuracion. Si Nurse Glenn. Our public relations officer, si Nurse Sandrine Kochian. And another press relation officer or public relations officer, Miss Tessie Weisbauer, a retiree from IAEA. CTBTO representative, Mr. Paulo Tristan Cruz from UNOV and UNODC representative, Ting Ting.
Of the Vienna International Center Club Filipino.
of the Vienna International Center Club Filipino
Until 31 December 2023.
until 31 December 2023.
Hereby solemnly pledge.
Hereby solemnly pledge
That I will conscientiously and faithfully discharge my duties and responsibilities.
that I will conscientiously and faithfully discharge my duties and responsibilities
To the best of my
statutes.
That I will actively participate
That I will actively participate
and support all VIC Club Filipino activities and projects
and support all VIC Club Filipino activities and projects
so long as they adhere to the objectives of the VIC Club Filipino.
so long as they adhere to the objectives of the VIC Club Filipino.
That I will support collaborative activities with other organizations
That I will support collaborative activities with other organizations
in order to foster solidarity in the Filipino community
in order to foster solidarity in the Filipino community
and with international organizations.
and with international organizations.
That I impose these obligations upon myself
That I impose these obligations upon myself
voluntarily and without mental reservation
voluntarily and without mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, everybody.
We were established back in 1997, September, when the then Fidel Ramos, our president, came for an official state visit. So yung mga empleyado dito sa UN ng mga Pilipino, they got together, they had a reason to unite, to be together, to establish a club, so that, you know, the handsome gentlemen were with me back in 2013. It was Hayan that kind of catapulted me into being active in the community. Word in Bicol. Sabi ko, turuan ko nga kayo ng Bicol. And that word was the word, can anyone remember? May mga good memories? Wala? Ha? Tabang? Hindi. Mali ka doon. Out ka na. Uragon? Hindi rin Uragon. What I shared back then was the word events. So sa mga naandito, especially the special friends that we have from the Filipino community and the Austrian community, a second word that I want to share now after almost 10 years since that first election as president is the word pagrokyaw. If there's any Bicolano in here, pagrokyaw is a word that means to praise, to celebrate. Partners, of course, we have the Philippine Embassy, who through the years really has supported not just us, but all the organizations in the Filipino community and has done its level best really to promote ang kagalingan, ang Pinoy galing. So palakpakan natin ang ating Philippine Embassy here now with our ambassador and with Ms. Carol Constantino. We have Association of Nuevo Ecijanos by Lolit. We have also some, of course, from Philippine Austrian Cultural and Educational Society. We have Franz, wave your hand, the Vice President of PACES, and a very, very important member of the community that I'm really so proud to introduce to you, Ambassador. Those two gentlemen over there, si Peter, ang plaka niya po is Peter Pinoy. Always in Filipino events and they're very, very supportive in every way possible. So ang pat on the back, we're doing National Club Filipino. I am so grateful that you have answered this challenge again, and I hope again and again. Thank you so much. Mabuhay tayong lahat, mabuhay kayong lahat, at maraming maraming salamat!
Sa ika-124 na anibersaryo ng proklamasyon ng kalayaan ng Pilipinas, nais ko pong batiin lahat ng mga Pilipino dito sa Austria ng isang Happy Independence Day. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. So I'd also like to thank Maricel, the VIC Club Filipino Executive Board, the members, and of course our partners like the UN Correspondents Associations here in Vienna. Thank you for this opportunity to join you tonight for your 3-in-1 event. I look forward to meeting all of you tonight and discussing with you projects and programs we can do together with the Embassy.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Natutuwa po ako at nandito ako ngayon at naka-attend sa Independence Day sa Vienna, Austria. Kasama po namin yung mga employees ng IEA at iba pang taga Vienna International Center, and it's so timely na nandito kami ngayon. We are attending a technical meeting with IEA, and thank you for inviting us.
I'm just so excited to be here since we're celebrating the Philippine Independence Day and the induction of Maricel Rojas as the VIC Club Filipino President. So I'm just so excited because there are so many people here and there's lots of great food and yeah.
Ja, ich bin sehr froh und dankbar, dass ich eingeladen wurde. Die philippinische Community und auch die Botschaft haben ein wunderbares, sehr schönes Programm zum 124. Jahrestag der Unabhängigkeit der Philippinen gemacht und auch wirklich auf die gemeinsamen Bezugspunkte zwischen Österreich und den Philippinen hingewiesen.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Itong araw na ito ay pinagdiriwang namin ang kalayaan ng Pilipinas dito sa Vienna International Center sa pangunguna ng Club Filipino Austria in Vienna.